It was Europe's last traditional exchange floor until the coronavirus pandemic swept the globe. The London Metals Exchange, where the world's metal prices are set, has closed its open outcry trading floor and moved to electronic pricing, like its European peers all did in the past. Will the ring, founded in the 19th century, be able to reopen after the pandemic? The LME CEO hopes to keep this final vestige of in-person pricing.
Ultimately, if we did reopen, we'd be asking our staff, we'd be asking our members' staff to go back to the ring environment. And so I think the way that we analyze it right now is clearly we're waiting for the government guidance. We're waiting to see when that step 3 opening up happens. But even if, for example, the country can open up restaurants, you can run restaurants in a socially distanced way. We don't quite see how we can run the ring in a socially distanced way. So it may well be that we, together with our Category 1 members, actually decide that until social distancing can be lifted, maybe when there's a vaccine or maybe when there's a better treatment, that until that time, the most prudent thing would be to keep the ring closed.
Has electronic trading, because of the close down, has it gone smoothly? Is it able to replace the in-person, on the floor, open outcry trading?
So I think in a narrow sense, absolutely, we are confident that our market is still liquid, that our market is still orderly. I talk a lot to end users of the market, and I genuinely haven't heard a single complaint or concern that people can't get their business away, they can't get their hedging done, they can't get their investment done under an electronic pricing model. So in that narrow sense, yeah, we're very confident that electronic pricing is working. But I think the broader discussion is about which venue drives more activity. Because you can have a market that works absolutely fine for getting your core business done, but perhaps it doesn't drive quite the same peripheral business. Perhaps it doesn't attract quite the same opportunities to make markets. So just because electronic is working doesn't mean that electronic is necessarily better. Let's remember that the ring has been working for over 100 years.
And Matt, you sort of hinted about this, talking about the 100 years more that you've had the trading floor. I've talked to traders who sometimes lament about the lost art of the open outcry trading. So on a more of a big picture level, what would it mean to lose Europe's last open outcry trading floor, which right now the LME's ring currently is?
Yeah, I think there is a very significant emotional element to it, and I'm certainly not immune from that. Everybody who works at the LME, we come in, we walk past the floor, and it's a very visible sign of the service that we're providing to global metals. And often, when we have dignitaries who come to London from the metals world or from the broader finance world, they want to come and visit the LME because it is such a symbol of that trading activity. So I can't deny that if we ever did lose the floor permanently, which I say I'm not anticipating, it would be a hugely sad moment from an emotional perspective, because it is just such a great symbol of how metals markets work and more broadly how the London financial markets work.